Abraham and Lot's servants quarreled over the lack of pasture resources. In order to maintain family harmony, Abraham decided to separate from Lot. Abraham chose to settle in Canaan, while Lot chose the fertile plains near Sodom. A few years later, bad news suddenly came. Enemy troops invaded Sodom, and Abraham's nephew Lot and his family were taken away. Abraham, who was already 85 years old, was heartbroken and could not bear the fact that his relatives suffered. Abraham immediately summoned 318 brave servants to prepare for a dangerous rescue. He unfolded the map, analyzed the enemy's station, and said in a steady voice, "We will split into 2 groups and act at night to avoid head-on confrontation. Raid is our only chance." After hearing this, the servants nodded in agreement with courage in their eyes. As night fell, the stars twinkled in the quiet night sky, and the night enveloped the earth. Abraham led his elite servants through the bush silently, with footsteps as light as cheetahs. The surroundings were unusually quiet, with only the breeze blowing the treetops. After several hours of arduous trekking, they finally approached the enemy's camp. The enemy's camp was immersed in the silence of the night, with sporadic campfires flickering slightly. Abraham sneaked into the enemy camp quietly. Suddenly, a low horn broke the silence. Abraham was discovered by the enemy, and the camp began to commotion. Abraham quickly raised the knife in his hand. His eyes were like torches, calm and firm. The servants pounced on the enemy like tigers, and the battle broke out instantly. The flash of swords, shouts, and the sound of metal collisions echoed in the night sky. Abraham charged ahead, the knife in his hand flashing a cold light in the moonlight. Each of his strikes was full of determination and strength. He had only one thought in his mind: to save Lot. After a fierce battle, Abraham and his servants finally broke through the enemy's defense line and went straight to where Lot was imprisoned. In a simple cell, Abraham found Lot, who was pale and covered in dust. Pushing open the heavy door, Abraham said eagerly, "Lot, go!" Lot looked up and saw Abraham, with a flash of disbelief in his eyes. "Uncle, you are really here," he said hoarsely, with fatigue and emotion, and then quickly got up and rushed out of the cell with Abraham. Abraham held Lot's hand tightly and quickly passed through the chaotic enemy camp. The enemy's pursuers followed closely behind. Abraham and his servants relied on their familiarity with the terrain and flexibly used bushes and trees as cover to cleverly avoid the enemy's sight. Their footsteps were as swift as the wind, silently shuttling through the dark woods, and soon they left the pursuers far behind. The dawn finally illuminated their way. Abraham and his servants took Lot back to the camp. Under the sunshine, the servants cheered and celebrated this hard-won victory. Everyone had a victorious smile on their face, as if they had experienced a miracle. Abraham hugged Lot deeply, his eyes full of gratitude and excitement. "We are reunited again. This is all God's grace," he said. Lot, with tears in his eyes, held Abraham's hand tightly and said gratefully, "Thank you, Uncle. I know how much you risked for me. Without you, I am afraid I would never escape." This battle not only strengthened Abraham's faith, but also made him understand the importance and power of family. He looked up at the sky and prayed silently in his heart, thanking God for their victory and the opportunity to reunite again. From then on, Abraham's faith became stronger. He knew that no matter how difficult the road ahead would be, family and faith would always be the most important sources of strength in his life.